Okay, I'm back and we're getting ready to go over the checkpoint at the bottom of page 291. I hope that you're taking good notes and doing all the work that you would normally do in class now for your notes. So let's look at number one. Okay, number one is this. It says y equals negative x plus 5. All right, so we want to get it to look in standard form, which is ax, right, plus by equals c. Okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to add x to both sides to get the x over there, and we end up with x plus y equals 5. Is this standard form? It sure is. Yeah, so it's as simple as that. Now, if you had decided for some reason unknown to me, but if you decided to go in the other direction, you could have possibly ended up with negative x minus y equals negative 5. This textbook doesn't say so, but there have been other books where I've seen that standard form, they want the first coefficient to start off with a positive. So move it to whatever side would make that first coefficient positive. So that's another sort of rule of thumb. But if you end up with either one of these, that it is in fact the same equation and it is correct. All right, so let's go to checkpoint number 2. And so that looks like this. Y equals negative 1/2 x plus 7. All right, so what's our first step to making this look like ax plus by equals c? And just keep in mind this plus, it could be plus or minus, and we write it as a minus or whatever. All right, so we're actually going to try to get this whole term over to the other side. And if you said, well, you're adding 1/2 x to both sides, you'd be correct. So 1/2 x, and we get 1/2 x plus y equals 7. Okay, is this in standard form? No, it is not because of this 1/2. Well, what can I multiply 1/2 by to get rid of that denominator of 2? Well, if you said 2, you'd be right. So 2 times this whole left side of the equation, and then we're going to make sure we multiply by 2 on the right side, and there we go. So let's multiply that. What's half of 2? Well, that's 1. 1 times x is x, so that's x. 2 times y, well, that's plus 2y, and then you're going to get 14. So there it is. Nice integers. So what's our integer here? 1, little invisible 1, 2, and 14. So it is now in standard form. All right, and let's finish up with number 3. All right, number 3 says y equals 2/3 x plus 4. Okay, so first step is we're going to subtract the minus 2/3 x on both sides, and we're going to get minus 2/3 x plus y equals, of course it goes out on this side, equals 4. All right, well, we're really close, but it's still not in standard form because we have negative 2/3 here, and we need that to be an integer. So we look at the denominator and we say, okay, well, I could multiply every single term by 3 and get rid of the denominator here. So it would be 3 is what I'm going to multiply this by. And I'm going to make sure I multiply by 3 on the other side because I got to follow the golden rule. Okay, and now, so what's 3 times 2/3? Or negative 2/3, well, the 3 is going to go out, and I'm going to be left with a negative 2x. And then I got to do 3 times y. I get plus 3y, and that's going to equal 12. All right, so there you go. That is how you do it. All right, so I'm going to come back, and we're going to do another example. We're going to do example 2. So meet me in the next video.